walkthrough of my Modular Part 4. This is an absolutely wonderful surge VCS, voltage controlled slope. This is basically the same circuit as is up in the corner on the first video, the dual universal slope generator. This is one I got off the guy that did Banana Log, and this was one of my DIY builds, and this is probably the best DIY build I've ever done because this thing is just wonderful. The difference is push-pull for switching the control voltage out to be exponential, and separate, whereas most versions of the dual universal slope generator, you choose either the rise or the fall CV to be manipulated, rise or the fall to be adjusted by control voltage. Well, on this, you can pull and it's adjusting itself and thus going exponential. It's basically feeding back into itself a little bit of the circuit so that it creates an exponential response to any trigger or anything you put through it. And you also have separate control voltage and control of the amount of control voltage that is adjusting it. Or you can do both, or you can adjust the rise with one CV, the fall with another CV, and both with another CV. Plus there's input, there's an exponential input for trying to get to respond 1 volt per octave. You have the end out to trigger another envelope. You got your DC out, you got an AC out, and you've got a bipolar out. Honestly, I know the AC out is intended to be for audio, or at least I believe so. Bipolar out, I'm not sure what the difference is between these two. I'm gonna have to experiment with that a little bit more. Haven't really needed to find out over the years. I mean, I've had this for like 12 years, but I still honestly don't know the answer to that. But yeah, if anybody knows, comments. Then I've got a MOTM 190 VCA. I've got a Moon Modular quad switch matrix. Just simple. It can be used as multiple. I mean, it's sort of a Swiss Army knife with no power. You can switch between 4 different inputs if you're testing something, or just want some variety in a patch. You can put the audio here, gate here, or the voltage for the note voltage here and the gate here, and just switch between different ones into one set of outputs to get variety in the patch. You can use it. You're running out of multiples and you're not using this, just use it as a multiple. Then Core Synth OTA low pass filter, very clean filter, very clean. Lots of 2 different control voltages in for the main portion of the frequency, and 1 control voltage for the resonance, and then also 1 volt per octave if you want to use it for a VCO. Great filter. The next up is the Jürgen Habel Son of Stormtide flanger, built by FFX. This is the full version of the build. I know there's another smaller version out there. Love this thing. It's not just that it's a flanger, but you want the oscillator portion works when you're using it as a flanger. So you can have drums and stuff going through, and then you can put in some control voltage with a melody line and run it through a VCA and trigger it at times, and you've also got an extra voice. And it will make some changes to the way the drums or whatever else is going through it. It does. Once you figure it out, it does some really interesting things. All right, that's it for part 4 now.